This morning I have woken up on the boat back from Northern Ireland. Very lucky I have a cabin to myself. I'm just going to get up, have a shower and then head down for some breakfast. This is the cabin that I've had and I have shower and toilet in here. The best thing about going on a boat through the week is that I get a bit of luxury and I get to look after myself a bit better instead of rushing around hoping for a quick shower. That's me all packed up, ready to go. I'm going to go and get some breakfast. The truck is down on the bottom deck and I have the step frame on and I have some farm deliveries to do starting in Chippenham. I have to go all the way down to Chippenham before I do my first drop. We should dock at about 6:30, so I should hopefully be off the boat by 7. Not at the front this time. I'm normally quite close to the front, but I might have a little bit of a wait. I leave the cabin and head down to the truckers' lounge for some breakfast. This morning I've gone for scrambled egg on toast and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I also come across a familiar face from the industry at breakfast. Look who I've bumped into on the boat, Pete White. So Pete sells trucks and he's picked up a truck from Northern Ireland and taken it down to Worcester. And it's a bit fancy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 770 bullnose. It's the most expensive thing I've sold so far. Very nice.
This was Pete pulling onto the boat last night in this very stunning bullnose. Pete also came across a little bit quiet there, but if you follow his Facebook page or have heard him on a podcast, you will know that really he is a bit of a chatterbox. Once they give the announcement that we can head back to our vehicles, we head down the stairs to the vehicle deck. I'm back down in the truck now. I've put my card over to other work, ready to go. I've had a check around the truck and the trailer, so now I'm just waiting to disembark the ferry. As you can see, we're tightly packed in on the boat and everyone's eager to get off and get to work. I have about 8 drops on this trailer and the first one is down in Chippenham, which is quite a long drive down to start with. I'm hoping to get at least 3 of these drops off today and the rest off tomorrow. The crew on the boat signals to each driver in turn to let them know when they can leave. And quite often, even if you're first on, it doesn't mean you'll be first off. Today I am one of the last off, and as you can see, most of what is left on the boat are unaccompanied trailers. Normally, the trailers that I drop off at the docks will go unaccompanied like this, but because I've been back to Northern Ireland for a service and inspection, I've taken a trailer with me each way. Because I am one of the last off the boat, there is a bit of congestion leaving the dock. All of the cars that were on the boat and people dropping off unaccompanied trailers all use the same exit, so it's just a case of being patient. Once I'm out of the dock, I head towards the M53, followed by a busy M56, which is quite normal for this time in the morning. I then take the M6 heading southbound. This journey will take around 4.5 hours, so I probably won't be able to do it without needing to stop for a break, especially when I head through Birmingham and swap over to the M5 and get tied up with a bit of congestion, which is quite normal at rush hour. Then once I think I'm out of the woods and through Birmingham, I come to a complete stop just after Frankley Services. I have a feeling that I might be sat here for a little while. I've just checked on Google Maps. It's looking like the motorway's actually shut and it's not very far ahead of me that it is shut, so I think I've caught it just at the wrong time. I'm hoping that they've just shut it for the meantime to get an accident out of the way, but with these things you never know, and I probably am going to be sat here for a little while. Luckily, I was only sat there for about 20 minutes before it started moving again, which meant I could continue my journey down the M5 and onto the M4. As I head east on the M4, I realise I'm not going to make it to the dealership within my first 4.5 hours, so I pull in to Lee Delamere Services for a break. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it down to the first delivery in one, which I was hoping that I was just going to make it. So I've pulled into Lee Delamere. I'm going to quickly ring the first drop to let him know when I'm going to be there. And I'm going to pop in and get myself a coffee. Hello, it's Gemma from Bradford Transport. Chris's driver with a Fleming delivery.
Oh, hello, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Be with you about 12:30 if that's okay.
Well, I'm not there.
Oh, aren't you?
I'm going to drop some stuff off. Only one lift, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only a Land Roller.
Can you drive a JCB?
Yes.
Oh, there is a telehandler just been delivered on the yard standing. Someone's just dropped in, but I don't know what it's got on the front of it. Let me ring the transport man. Right, leave it at me.
Yeah, all right. Okie dokie. Once that's done, I pop into the services to get some refreshments. I've got my coffee and a little bit of chocolate, which might actually help me at my next delivery by the sounds of it. You remember that I tried out the Redtiger F17 Dash Cam in my pickup and it was really, really good. Now I am trying out the Redtiger F17Elite in my truck. The camera was really easy to install last night whilst I was waiting for the boat, and it's the world's first full colour in-cabin camera. It even gives a clear full colour image at night. This one is slightly different because it doesn't just have a front-facing camera, it also has a rear-facing camera into the cab. Once again, they provide a camera for the rear view You'll see I don't have a window at the back of my cab. Instead, I've put it up here. And that gives me a view of the cab and out the front window. If you need the footage from the camera, it can be downloaded instantly through an app onto your phone, quickly at a Wi-Fi speed of 5.8 and a transmission speed of 30 megabytes per second. Because it's a triple HD camera, won't have problems with overexposure or underexposure in strong lights from the sun, street lights or other vehicles, meaning your picture will stay super clear for picking up important details like number plates. Again, the front camera is a 4K camera, which is what I basically use for my YouTube. The camera that's facing into the cab is actually a 1080p camera. That's what I was uploading my very early YouTube videos in. The quality was still really, really good. The camera for the rear of the vehicle actually has many options in the truck. So I put it up there, but you could also use it on your blind side to protect you in an accident. Somebody comes up your blind side, which we all know does happen quite a lot with trucks. Touchscreen is really easy to use, so anybody who struggles with technology will find it really easy. It has loads of features on here like voice control, show rear camera. You can turn the sound on and off, you can turn the speedo on and off, albums for each camera. It's all easily downloadable onto your phone. The camera supports up to a 512 micro SD card and comes with a free 128GB micro SD card, which is often a hidden cost when you buy cameras. You can search for Redtiger on Google and Amazon and visit their online shop to unlock anniversary packs from the 15th of June. There is a lucky draw on the official website. People who register as a Redtiger will be able to get their own Redtiger. And if you register as a Redtiger member and place an order on the website during the anniversary event, you'll have a chance to win a full refund. Right, let's get over and get this first drop done. Put the air up in there, I think. I head out of the services and rejoin the M4. I get off at junction 17, which is the very next junction, and head down the A350 towards Chippenham. It's quite slow going through the roadworks down towards Chippenham and through Chippenham itself, which eats up some more of my driving time. This little journey takes me around 30 minutes, and the last couple of miles towards the dealership is down a lane. The lane is quite uneven, so I've got my air right up to protect my splitter. I can't actually get into the yard with the truck here, but there is a little unloading area across the road. The chap actually rang me back and said he would be back here just after 12:30. So I'm going to get the Land Roller unstrapped and then it's all ready for him to take off when he gets here. The Land Roller's on the back of the trailer, which should make it quite easy. The chap can just come in with the handler and just lift it off. I'm going to have to unstrap the water that's on there. The water is actually for the pressure washer because I'm going to a show this weekend. The land leveller is also strapped in with the roller, so I'm going to have to take all of the straps off, and then once the roller is off, I can re-strap the load. I forgot to film the land roller being taken off, but you can see here it being driven away in the distance. The rollers have a lifting eye and are quite easy to take off with a strap. I make sure the land leveller and the IBC are strapped back down securely. Once my paperwork's signed, I can head off to my next delivery. This unloading area is only small and the only way out is to back across the road. The guys here watch me back and they let me know when it's safe to back out. And then I can head out back the way I came in, as there's only one sensible way in and out of here. I do meet a few cars as it's quite a busy lane, but there's plenty of spots with plenty of room to pass other vehicles. My next delivery is in Westbury, which is only around 18 miles away, and will take me just over half an hour to get there. I head back towards the A350 and follow it all the way to Craddock Tractors, which is right on the side of the A350. It's quite a tight entrance to get into, just off of the main road, but once I'm in, there's plenty of room to be unloaded. Right, here we are. I have rung and they did know that I was coming, so hopefully I'll get unloaded pretty quick. They are pretty good here. I have a set of mesh sides for a trailer and 2 9-foot inline pasture toppers. The chaps here have seen me come in and given me a wave, and they're going to get to me as soon as they can. In the meantime, I get their machinery all unstrapped, so it's all ready for them when they come along with the handler. When these toppers are stacked, they are bolted together for travelling, meaning that we can safely get more machines on the trailer. Today, they aren't having a full stack of toppers, so they've needed to be unbolted before they're taken off the trailer. On this load today, I have a range of 9-foot, 6-foot, 5-foot and 4-foot toppers, and each place that I'm going to aren't having a full stack, so at every place they will need to be unbolted. Here they are having 2 of 3 heavy-duty 9-foot toppers. I make sure I get my paperwork signed and then I can go. The chap that's just unloaded the trailer, his son knows my truck and he has watched a couple of my videos. So hello Archie, if you're watching. The yard is just big enough to turn the truck around. And because of the time of day that I've come in, there's not a lot of vans in here in the way, which today is going to make my life a little bit easier. I still need to ring my next delivery before I leave, but I wanted to make sure that I got turned around first in case somebody else came in behind me. So I just pull over to the side before heading out of the gate. So the next place is having 2 5-foot toppers and 2 6-foot toppers. I am just going to give the chap a quick ring because I'm about an hour and a quarter away.
Good afternoon.
Hiya, it's Gemma from Bradford Transport.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who it is? There, around 4 o'clock. I can't remember where the lay-by is.
Come down to Andover and back, and then turn back towards Salisbury.
Yeah, I've found the lay-by. Alright, well, I'll
Okay.
see you around 4ish.
Yeah, okay.
Alright,
Thank
cheers.
you.
Cheers, bye. A bit tricky getting out of here. Although, no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say it, I think I'm going to be alright today. Yeah. I have been to the next delivery before, and that is why I knew I needed to ring the chap before I went there. I won't be able to get into his yard with an Arctic, so he's going to meet me down the road in a lay-by with his lorry and transfer his machines from my truck onto his. This journey is around 45 miles and will take me around an hour and a quarter. There's not a lot of room in this lay-by for 2 lorries to sit side by side, so I keep over to the hedge as much as I can, but leaving a walkway so that I can get down to undo the straps. I've just pulled into the lay-by where the chap is going to unload me. He's not here yet. I am a little bit earlier than I said. I'm just going to go out, unstrap everything, and hopefully by the time he gets here, everything will be ready for him to take off. And by the time I got out of the cab and shut the door, he was here. He is a bit of a character, so we have a good laugh whilst unstrapping the load. Once again, he is having 2 different types of toppers, but not all of the same stack. He's having 2 of the 5-foot toppers and 2 of the 6-foot toppers. So we need to unbolt the top 2 on each stack, and then he can lift the toppers off onto his truck. We do, however, come across a little snag whilst trying to unbolt the toppers. Because they have been loaded so close together, we can't get to some of the bolts. So we lift one of the full stacks off, and then we can get to the bolts on both of the stacks. Once both stacks have been unbolted, we need to put one of the toppers back onto my trailer. So whilst Phil lifts it across with the high ab, I steady it onto the trailer, which is a little bit tricky because there's only a small gap to put it back into. Once it's back on, we can concentrate on getting the other 2 toppers off. We attach the chains to the top of the toppers, and then Phil can lift them off, and then we just guide them onto his truck. Despite the few little challenges and the fact that it started to rain, we've got everything transferred across. All I need to do now is re-strap the toppers that are left on the trailer, and Phil also straps down the toppers that have been transferred to his truck. Then the last thing that we do is get the paperwork signed. I also think that maybe I parked a little too close to the hedge, as I did get stung quite a bit on the stinging nettles. Phil heads off back to the yard with the toppers, and I give my next delivery a ring, although I think I might be a little late today.
Hello.
Hiya, it's Gemma from Bradford Transport. Well, I can get there tonight, but I think you'll probably have gone home. Just wondering though if I could park in your yard.
You're welcome to, Gemma, but depends what time you get here.
About 5:45.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fine. Either 7:30 to 8 o'clock-ish, but
Yeah.
I'll try and get to early if I can.
Okie dokie, no worries, that's
Okay.
perfect. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, and you're welcome to park up the top, the same as you did last time, and I'll just let my brother know.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, cheers, Gemma.
Cheers, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes. That's good. That's really good, actually. It's really hard to get safe parking, and it really helps when somebody's kind enough to let you park in their yard. I'm happy. The next place is a dealership near Sixpenny Handley. If I wasn't in a lorry, it would take me about half an hour to get there. But because of a low bridge, I need to go all the way round, meaning that I have to go all the way out to the 303 and past Stonehenge, and as normal, it's pretty slow, before coming back in towards Salisbury, before taking the Blandford Road out towards Sixpenny Handley. This will take me around an hour, and is about a 40-mile trip. In this area, there are no services or safe places for a truck to stop, without risk of a load being tampered with or stolen. So I'm really grateful that my next delivery is allowing me to park in his yard, even though he won't be available to unload until 7 or 8 in the morning. This will put my mind at rest and should mean that I get a decent night's sleep. On break, end country, entry stored. Right, that is that. I have got a few things to deliver tomorrow. I've got quite a lot to deliver here. Hopefully I can get it all done and get home. That's my plan. I'm not very well prepared this week, so I just had to grab a sandwich. So I've got a cheese and ham sandwich for tea, and of course I've got a cup of tea in the microwave. I'm all tucked up in bed now. My alarm's set for tomorrow morning so that I can be out to get everything unstrapped, ready for when the farmer gets here. Today has gone a lot better than I thought it would. I wasn't expecting to get my third delivery done until around 6 in the evening, and I made it here for 6 o'clock. So it couldn't have actually gone any better. Thanks for watching. Don't forget you can get my merch at f28print.com.